Well, good morning, East Main Baptist Church. Happy New Year. I hope your year is off to a great start. I am praying for you in 2026 that this would be a year where you would sense the presence of the Lord like never before, that you would lean into your relationship with Him, and that you would live for His glory. That's why I do these real short talks with Ryan week after week, right? So that we would encounter God, experience Him, and engage with His mission, right? And as we do those things, what is happening? We are learning what God's glory is, and we are learning how we can live for His glory. That's why it's so important that you not only take the Word in through these real short talks, but you also take the Word in every single day through reading it for yourself, through spending time with Him in prayer and in the Word, engaging in the other spiritual disciplines of memorizing Scripture, of fasting, of worshiping, of serving, of fellowshipping with God's people so that you can grow closer to Him and live more for Him. And today I want to start off the year with just a really great reminder for us about trembling at the presence of God. In Psalm 114, verse 7, it says, "Tremble, O earth, at the presence of the Lord, at the presence of the God of Jacob, who turns the rock into a pool of water, the flint into a spring of water." Right? So this is a direction given to the earth, but I think it also applies to us, that we must learn to tremble at the presence of God. So the question is how? How do we learn to tremble at the presence of God? Well, first, what does that mean, right? What does it mean to tremble at His presence? Well, it means to, as the Bible continually tells us, right, to live in fear of the Lord, to live in awe of Him, to be reminded day after day of His glory and of His greatness, right? So that we might put Him in His proper place in our lives, that we might approach Him with the right reverence and the right awe in all that we do. So how do we tremble at His presence? Well, first, we remember His person, right? We remember who He is, right? And who is He? Well, He is God. He is the one who created everything. He is the one whose glory is so far beyond ours that we can barely even begin to grasp it, right? He is God. So we remember that. We remember how He is holy and how He is righteous and how He is pure. And when we look at that, and then when we look at our own sinful selves who continue to fall short of His requirements, how can we fail to tremble at His presence? But we also tremble at His presence as we remember His works. We remember what He has done. Right, it says in verse 3 of Psalm 114, "The sea looked and fled, Jordan turned back, the mountains skipped like rams, the hills like lambs." Right, He's doing all of these great things as they are going out. Why, right? It asks the question, "What ails you, O sea, that you flee? O Jordan, that you turn back? O mountain, so that you skip like rams? O hills, like lambs?" Man, the sky and the sea and the earth trembled at the presence of the Lord because He was going forward with His people. He was doing amazing things, right? He parted waters for them. He provided food for them. He conquered their enemies for them, right? He did all these amazing things. Man, He's done amazing things in your life. As you start this new year, look back on all the ways, even maybe last year, that He worked in your life. So all the ways that He provided, all of the ways that He showed Himself to you, all the way that He showed His might and His glory to you. Remember His works so that you might tremble at His presence, so that you might approach Him with awe and reverence and wonder and say, "My God, this year I'm going to live for Your glory alone." Hey, I hope you have a great start to your new year. We'll be back next week. Until then, go and glorify God's name.